So a little bit about what we're going to be covering today. So thumbnail creation methods and how to stand out amongst others. So I'm going to actually do a live demonstration on 2 different platforms of how you can create thumbnails really easily. So you don't need to do you don't need to have Photoshop skills or anything like that. It's incredibly easy to create eye-popping thumbnails, grab attention. How to access the YouTube ad platform and advertise your videos in a strategic manner. And how to analyze videos to advertise on within YouTube. So what I mean by that is you can take your video that you create and put it on top of a specific other video. So think about this for a second. The best example that I've seen of this is, believe it or not, a grill cleaner. A guy that, that's his whole product. He cleans grills. So he created an advertisement around that and found videos on YouTube, hello, welcome, that would indicate that the person watching has a grill. So expert grilling techniques, how to grill the perfect steak, etc. And he was able to put his advertisement that he created in front of those viewers and said, hey, I know you're about to watch a video about how to grill the perfect steak. Probably need to clean your grill. And it resulted amazingly for him. He drove that ad to a landing page and had incredible results selling his grill cleaner. We've done the same thing for the addiction treatment industry. So we analyzed videos that would indicate that the person is in that, that stage of questioning if they're suffering from an addiction. And we created a video, what happens in rehab. So we put that what happens in rehab video in front of videos like, how do I know if I'm addicted? How much alcohol is too much, etc. And it's been doing really well. So you can apply that same strategy to pretty much any industry, and I'm going to show you how to set up that exact campaign today. And the power of Facebook video ads, so pretty much how to do the same thing and why Facebook is so cheap right now. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Austin Armstrong. You might have heard me speaking to Jim a little bit earlier. I've been doing this for quite some time. Digital marketing for about 13 years. I started when I was about 14 years old. And just had some early success, got that bite from the bug, and I've been doing it ever since. I'm the project manager and video marketing strategist for Therapy Cable. And we've produced over 700 videos in the last couple of years. Worked with a lot of different industries, mostly in the healthcare industry, addiction treatment centers, mental health facilities, therapists, psychologists, you name it. Have to mention our founder, Dr. Ihsan clinical California licensed psychologist with specialties in couples and sex therapy, substance use addiction, complex trauma, youth concerns, and the list of accomplishments that he's done is way too long to list today. He founded Therapy Cable back in 2013 when video was not really that big yet. So we had this vision of connecting people that were searching online with therapists. If you can think back that far, it's come so far from having no video online to video everywhere on social media. So before we go into how to create thumbnails, I want to go over some statistics and information here. 90% of the best performing videos on YouTube are custom thumbnails. These are thumbnails that are created and uploaded after you create the video. So if you don't put your own thumbnail up there, YouTube will automatically grab one, and it's often a random still of you doing something with your eyes closed or something unappealing. I'm going to get into these a little bit. These are a couple great examples. So using uncommon colors will help your videos stand out quite a bit. What I mean by that is on YouTube specifically, their color scheme is red and white and then black for text. What a lot of marketers have done is try and use those colors to create that sense of familiarity, and there's a lot of that. that sense of authority where if you see that red and white, your mind clicks, oh, maybe YouTube is a part of this, and you go there. I would recommend the opposite. Light green, I love, and blue, because these are colors that you never see on YouTube. So your mind automatically is drawn to that color. And if you're able to answer in that thumbnail the searcher's intent, they're going to have a much more likeliness to click on your video first and give it a shot. And then if the content's great, you're going to go right there. So experiment, but try to uniform your thumbnails. So try different things. What I mean by uniform is this brand, the School of Life, is a great example of uniformed thumbnail content. So they have big text that you can read what the video is about, unique colors that pop and are very different, and an engaging image. And they do all their videos that way. So you can kind of experiment, look at the analytics of your videos to see which is getting more clicks. And then when you find that really good one, keep going with that style thumbnail. YouTube's recommended thumbnail size is 1280 by 720 pixels. Just important to know, if you put an image, if you upload an image that's too small, it'll stretch it and it'll be a little blurry. So you want to focus on that size. Does anyone have any questions about this before we go ahead?
So one of the things I was looking forward to getting from you also, which you've proven, is that when kids grow up in Europe, they get exposed to many languages and speak multiple languages from a young age. So that's an advantage you have that we don't have. That's actually why I'm here.
Good.
Is that this is native to you because you grew up with it, like video games, what have you. So we were doing things like, and I'll show you some of them later.
Please, yeah.
Indicated 1920 by 1080 is sort of what we've been using. Is that just overkill? Is it wasted?
No, it's perfectly fine to have bigger.
Trying to use the same aspect ratio as the videos that we upload.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine, and it'll pull it down to the 1280 by 720. I mostly put that up there so you don't put something that's smaller.
Right.
Because if you put a smaller image, it's going to stretch it. It'll pull that 1920 by 1080 down to this aspect ratio, so it's perfectly fine.
Okay, good. Thank you.
So this is a platform called Canva. Have any of you heard of Canva before? It's incredible. It's going to be your new best friend. It is a completely free online platform to create anything, any online promotional object. So as you can see here, YouTube channel art, you can create flyers to print out, posters, YouTube thumbnails, anything, completely for free. You can use this platform to create social media posts, specifically for Twitter, for Facebook, for Instagram, etc. And it's all free. There's paid elements to it, but I've been using it for years, completely free. And it stores all of your stuff on there as well. So it's free online storage. So let's hope this works here. So I'm going to take you. If it doesn't work, I have a backup plan, but it should. Oh, there we go. Let's do this. Okay. So this is the back end. So if you've not been here before, it'll just ask you to create an account. If you have social media, Facebook, Twitter, you can actually log, or Gmail even, you can log in right from there. You can immediately connect it to your social account. So you can log in through Facebook to Canva. This is where it stores everything. And then if you, it gives you a couple examples up here. But if you click this More button right here, it'll take you to all of the templates that they have. So as you can see here, social graphic, Pinterest graphic, presentations, letterheads, magazine covers. It's incredible. But for time today, we're just going to do YouTube thumbnail. Again, as you can see, so the 1280 by 720. So this gives you a lot of templates that you can edit very quickly and then upload onto your YouTube.
Created, or was that a standard template that they had that you have
You can do either. You can create one completely from scratch or use one of their templates. So just to quickly overview this, I'm going to use one of their templates and edit it and just show you how easy it is, if it loads, hopefully. There we go. Oh, yep. All right. So as you can see, it gives you a bunch of free templates here. You can kind of scroll through here. You can even search. So they have an index of over 1 million images that you can use in various different things. But let's just pick one that we like. So I like this one. Very simple. And now you can edit this canvas. You can upload your own images. So down here in the right, you can take a picture of whatever you like. So here's an image of the last workshop we did. So I'm just going to take this and drag it in there as a starting point. And then we can change all of this text. Hello, Dr. G. And put in whatever you like. This is my thumbnail. Change this to an appropriate year. And then all of these elements you can drag around, delete. So let's say we want to do this on social. So we can uniform this by searching for, say, Facebook, pressing enter. And then let's say we want to drag and drop this one. Make that a little small, and then we can do maybe YouTube. Drag and drop that. There's nice little guidelines on there too, so you can make sure everything's aligned. And then why not Twitter? Oh, I don't know, something like that. And then we can take whatever you like. You can upload your logo. So I'm going to put our therapy cable logo on here. And then maybe I don't like the blue of this. Maybe I want to do green. So if you click on this element here, it'll enable this, this color up here. Just pick that. And then it gives you a bunch of template colors. You can do this to engage the color wheel. But I like green. And it's that simple. Go ahead, Arch.
I may be just a half a step ahead of you.
Sure.
Question, but can you add links behind each one of those to your Facebook, YouTube, so on and so forth channel?
Not in this. You can afterwards in HTML, if it's in an email or depending where you want to put it. This is just an image.
Okay.
Yeah. So then what you would do is you can share it or you can just click download. Choose your format. So if I was doing a flyer, for instance, a promotional material, you could do PDF for print, JPEG or PNG, and I'll just download that file and you can name it whatever you'd like and then upload it right to YouTube from there. Pretty simple. Any other questions about Canva before I move on? Okay, great. Oops. All right. So the other thumbnail creator is a tool called TubeBuddy. So this is a free Chrome extension that will help you with a lot of different things. YouTube SEO. So you can analyze a lot of keywords. You can see what your competitors are actually ranking for, as well as help you and analyze a lot of different videos. They have a ton of bulk features, so you can take all of your videos and drive them to a specific video, call to action buttons, a lot of different stuff. They also have a thumbnail creator. So I'm going to show you how to do that. It's simple. It actually integrates right into YouTube. So you can create a thumbnail right on YouTube. So what we would do is, if you're not logged in, you would click on your channel. You'd go to Creator Studio up here. Get all this. You can also do this if you're just directly uploading a video. After going to Creator Studio, you're going to click on Video Manager on the left-hand side. Also, if it's the most recent one, you could just click Edit here. But if there's a specific, say you have hundreds of videos and you want to edit the thumbnail of a specific one, you click Video Manager, so it takes you to kind of all of your videos. And then you just pick one that you want to edit. We'll do this one from the video marketing strategies last one that we did. So you would click edit on that specific video. And then once you have TubeBuddy installed, when it loads here, it'll show you this little pop-up down here with their little logo, the TB, and create thumbnail. This is only there if you install the TubeBuddy application. And then now you can create a thumbnail right within YouTube. So they give you three options. You can take a still frame from the video, which is what I'm going to show you how to do. You can start with a solid color, or you can use one of their little default images, any of these that you see, and then you can overlay some text and whatnot. But what we're going to do here is just take a still frame from our video. And then it brings up the player, and as soon as it starts playing, let's just use this one. You can skip through frame by frame, so you get that perfect action shot of you pointing or something, whatever looks good. And then you'll click continue. And then it takes that still frame from right here, and then you can start to overlay shapes, text, image. You can upload stuff. So I'm just going to do something really quickly here. Like I said, I like the color lime green because you just never see it on YouTube. I'm going to pick a nice green square here, and then you can fully edit this. So it has, you can drag it like this. When you pick that perfect size, you can make it longer. You can rotate the angle. So let's just do something like this. Boom. And then we do the same thing again. Add another square. I kind of like Canva a little bit more, but just showing you an alternative method if you want to save a little bit of time and do this right within the YouTube platform. So let's just say something like that. And then you'll click here on text editor. Change the font. Again, this is my, let's do that. Let's pick a nice, let's do permanent marker. You can change the size of the text. And let's do a white overlay. You can see here, you can rotate that. Put that bad boy right there. And add some more text. This is my thumbnail. Something like that. You can directly upload images right here. So again, I'll just click on that, pop a little logo in there, edit it. So the disadvantages of this as opposed to Canva is you have to upload everything manually. It doesn't have an image database that you can get that YouTube logo or Facebook logo. But one thing that I do like, so when you've picked your thumbnail that you like and you click next, it actually shows you what that thumbnail looks like in the results of YouTube. So you can see it comparatively to what you currently have and other thumbnails that are ranking. But kind of interesting. So you can see from here, you know, maybe that text is a little hard to read. I can change the color, go back. And then when you're happy with it, you would just click Save and Publish. Go ahead, Art.
Two quick questions.
Sure.
You said that Thumbnail Buddy, or TubeBuddy,
TubeBuddy, yeah.
is only compatible with Chrome browser?
That's what I use it on. I think you can probably use it on multiple browsers.
Mozilla, Firefox?
Yeah, it should definitely be on Mozilla. Safari, I'm not sure. I'm a PC user. I'm sure there's something comparable.
And then the second part would be, let's say you came up with the thing that says video marketing strategies, and you like that, and then what is going to be strategies, what it's going to be. So every week you're going to change it from strategies to the next video, it's going to be that next thing. Mm-hmm. Can you save that as a template, either on your own computer, so that you can just bring it up again, you don't have to recreate?
That is a good question. I believe so. So this little template button here. Add template, save layers. Save layers as template. So you can do it right in there. And then perfect. Now you should be able to edit it. Great question.
Thank you.
And the name of the app is?
TubeBuddy. Tube. Like YouTube.
TubeBuddy.
TUBE. Buddy. Highly recommend it. There's a free version. There's also a paid version that I think is $15 a month. And you can do some really incredible bulk options. Like you can change, we have about 700 videos on our YouTube. And I'm able to change our call to action on all of our videos with one click. So if we upload a new video that I want to push, I can take the call to action on all 700 of our videos and drive them to a new video. Very powerful for $15 a month. So does anyone have any questions on this before I get into the good advertising strategy meat?
What's a call to action?
Call to action is what you want the audience to do. So your call to action on an ad might be click here to learn more information, watch this video, you might be interested in this video. So on YouTube there's a little, it's an eye for information.
Cards.
Well, cards, yeah.
Yeah. Within the YouTube interface, they're called cards, and you can use them to make a call to action.
Yeah.
Which is what it's called.
Mm-hmm. So basically, yeah, it pops up. Since you're watching this, you might be interested in this. So it's a way to keep people on your channel more, or drive them to a specific website or something like that. All right. So now we're going to get into the advertising strategy here. Today, firstly, there's a lot of advertising strategies. I'm going to be talking about YouTube and Facebook. So particularly in the addiction treatment industry, there's kind of a Google AdWords apocalypse going on right now that it's dubbed. Designed for good intent, but basically you can't advertise on Google search right now in the addiction treatment industry because they're trying to kick out all the shady players, shady referral services. There's certain words that they haven't gotten to yet, but the vast majority of terms that people are advertising on, they've completely put a ban on it until they can figure out what to do. So this has actually hurt a lot of treatment centers that have used Google AdWords as a means for consistent client admits. That's just the treatment industry right now. Who really knows if Google is going to take it for other industries? But it is causing treatment center marketers and other marketers in general to come up with other interesting strategies for advertising. So two great ways is that YouTube strategy that I mentioned earlier, advertising your video on a specific type of video. There's also a lot of other types of YouTube advertisements that you can do. Only have time to show you that one today. And then Facebook as well. Facebook is extremely cheap. The audience targeting on both of these platforms is incredible, and it's pretty cheap. One of the benefits of YouTube is almost free brand awareness and advertising. So think about it, if you're watching a video on YouTube, that pre-roll ad, so what shows up in the first 5 seconds before that little skip button comes up, if they click skip, you're not charged. So if you front load that first 5 seconds with, hey, my brand is this, look at my this, click on this, and they click skip, you're not charged, but you're still in front of them for a period of time. So that's why the strategy would kind of be to create a call to action or engage the viewer, because you're taking them away from the video that they're originally clicking on. But if you can grab their attention enough, they're going to keep watching that advertisement and then click through to your landing page or generate a phone call or whatever your objective is. So to advertise on YouTube, Google owns YouTube. So if you want to advertise on YouTube, you have to go through their platform. In order to do this, you will go to adwords.com or adwords.google.com. This is how you would generate or create any of your Google campaigns. But for the sake of this, we're going to set up a video campaign. So you go to adwords.com. If you've never logged in before, you will sign up, create a little account. And then after you're logged in, it'll take you to this platform, which is a little cut off and possibly hard to see. So what you're going to do is click over here. There's a tab that says campaigns. So you're going to click on that campaigns, and this is what you'll see. This is where this is your database. This is where you see what's working. You can adjust the budget on here, see what's working, what you need to focus on, what you need to cancel. You can toggle all of these on and off very quickly. So after clicking that blue button to create a new campaign, we're going to start into the campaign type. So like I said, this is where you'll create any one of the campaigns that you're going for. So search network, display network, shopping, video, which we're going to be setting up, or universal app if you're trying to get people to download your app. So a 3-step process for setting up this particular ad campaign. So we're going to click on the videos tab. They give you 2 options for what you want to do. For this one, we're going to do product and brand consideration, because you want them to consider your brand. And then the campaign subtype, standard consideration, you want to drive views, engagement, and possible consideration. So after selecting those, you'll click continue. And now gets into the fun targeting. You can target really in depth on YouTube. So placements here. So what we're going to do is analyze specific types of videos that you want to put your video in front of. So you could do this on channels, on specific YouTube videos, on websites that have Google AdWords enabled on there, advertise on specific apps, and multiple placements. So for this, that's what we're going to do. Click on that, and then you'll enter all of the YouTube URLs that you want to advertise on. So how you would do this is whatever you're trying to advertise on, go to YouTube, and then search for something related to the audience that you're trying to reach, something that would indicate that they would buy your product or buy your service or call you for that next step. What I find is you want videos that have a lot of engagement. So start loosely typing addiction, for instance, and you can see all the search results that come up. You might want to find a video that has a couple 100,000 or a couple million views about, how do I know if I'm a cocaine addict, or how many drinks is too much? How do I know if I need therapy services? Whatever your industry is, you want to look at that particular video, see how many likes, dislikes it has, how many comments and views. Another thing you can do is if you have that TubeBuddy app installed, you can see what videos are trending on that particular topic. So you can see how many views that a particular video is getting in a day, a week, or a month span. So you can analyze a list of those videos, create a little spreadsheet, and then add them in here video by video. So after you've done that, you want to create your ad here. So you want to select your video, the ad that you're putting in front of their video. Select the format. So in-stream ad, that's what pops up in the video before you would click that little skip button in YouTube. And then where you want to drive them, so the URL, and then display URL. So if you have a super long URL like yourdomain.com/this/look at this .html, it's way too long and no one wants to really look at that. So you could put the destination URL and then the display. So that it just shows up as yourdomain.com, but still links to that long specific URL. Yep, and then auto-generate using videos from your channel. It's recommended rather than grabbing a specific video or a specific image. Just saves you on time. And then you would click Save and Continue. And that's pretty much it for setting up this YouTube ad. So there will be an approval process from Google. Not really sure if it's manual or if it's an algorithm that's approving it. But usually it can take a couple hours to start, but then it'll just automatically begin, and you'll go back to that first overview tab, and you'll be able to monitor the results. Does anyone have any questions on setting up a YouTube campaign? Pretty clear? Good? Awesome. So Facebook advertising is the next. We're going to set up this video campaign. Facebook's incredibly cheap. Right now, depending what your campaign type, whether it's click-through to your website, lead form fills, video watches, it's so much cheaper than on Google or even YouTube. Sometimes YouTube's pretty cheap, but we've gotten leads for about less than $2 sometimes for the treatment industry. Depending on your industry, it could be even cheaper than that. Video views are very cheap. Could be a couple cents for particular video views. So it's a great platform that not a lot of people are using just yet. A lot of people are getting caught up on it. But it's a good time to take advantage of Facebook advertising while it's so cheap. If anyone did Google advertising way back in the day, when it first came out, like I believe late 90s or early 2000s, it was ridiculously cheap. And now sometimes clicks on particular keywords are in the hundreds of dollars per click. So it's kind of in that Wild West phase right now for Facebook, that it's incredibly cheap and people are taking advantage of it. So if you haven't experimented with Facebook advertising yet, I highly recommend it. And it's pretty cheap. You can set budgets. So how we get there. Firstly, you want to get to the Facebook Ads Manager. So what you would do when you're logged into Facebook here, you have to have a page. First of all, you can't do this through your own personal profile, but if you have a page for your business, you're good to go. So you click this little down caret here, and then create ads or manage ads afterwards. So we're going to create an ad. And then you want to select the objective of that ad. So there's a lot of different objectives depending on what you want to do. Brand awareness, reach, traffic for click-throughs, engagement, so people commenting, clicking the like, the love, the anger, the sad. App installs, self-explanatory, video views, lead generation, and messages. Messages is a new type of campaign that springs a message up with the person online, so you can immediately start a conversation with a client. And then conversion, so if you want them to go to your landing page and fill out a form fill, catalog sales, or store visits. Each of these is a workshop on its own. We're going to do video views for the sake of time today. Again, there's a lot of specifics that you can target for these videos or whatever your objection is or objective is, and it'll give you estimates here based on how much you hone in and your budget. So say I want to target the Orange County area increased by 50 miles. That's how specific you can get. You can target specific zip codes. If you see something that you're interested in, a lot of businesses do this, local pizza shops or whatever your industry is. Selecting the age, gender, language, and then detailed targeting. I would very much recommend looking through detailed targeting because just for this quick example, I put small business owners, but you can find parents with adult children that make more than $70,000 a year and are single and have a pet, and it's incredibly specific. So if you know your target audience, if you kind of create a buyer persona, if you've ever heard of that term, you can take that buyer persona and you can literally target that specific person, and it shows you your estimated reach for that. So it's pretty powerful. And then placement. This is where your video, in this case, or ad is going to go. I recommend editing placements. Facebook owns Instagram, so it likes to drive everything to Instagram. I, in my experience, have not seen great results on videos in Instagram or ads. You can mess around with it. Maybe you'll have great results, maybe you won't. So I like to uncheck Instagram because you save money that way. And I haven't really seen a return on investment for Instagram, so just tuck that out. And then any of these that you want, so if you want it in feeds, in instant articles, in in-stream videos, in suggested videos, or if you want to do just in Instagram feed, you can mess around with that, see what works for you guys. And then budget and scheduling. So you can set a lifetime budget, or you can select this to daily budget. When you want it to start, when you want it to end, you can set a bid cap. When you get charged, this is great. So impression versus 10-second video view. So impression is if they see it, you get charged, regardless of how often they watch it. Now, I don't know why anyone would put that if you can select 10-second video ad. I recently heard an interesting statistic that the attention span of a human now is less than 8 seconds, the average span of a goldfish, which is pretty incredible. So if you can select it to 10-second video view, you know that they're paying attention to your brand, they're engaged, and they've watched 10-second videos in the past. So you want to target those specific people, or if you just want to send it to everyone, you would select impressions. It's entirely up to you. Delivery type, standard, that's what it sets to, or you can click more options and drive them to as quick as possible. So if you want to, if your budget, you want to spread it out through the day, you'd click standard, or if you have a specific budget and you want it knocked out immediately, you can switch that to accelerated, and it'll target all those people much quicker. And then you would click continue. And then setting up the format of the app. So you'll select the page that you want the advertisement to show up under. Single video or slideshow. So this is interesting. So a slideshow, if you have a bunch of images rather than a specific video, you can take those images and create a video out of it and do it that way. So you'd upload videos there. If you already have a video on your page, then we'll just do single video. And then this is the creative of it. So the text here, which shows up here, the website URL where you want to drive them, the display URL again. So an example, if this was elitecaretreatment.com / this is my long URL / this is an even longer URL.html, and you only want them to see elitecaretreatment.com, that would be the display URL. And then you would set your headline for the call to action. Click here to learn more. And then you can actually adjust the call to action. So on this one, I just have learn more. You can change that to click here, watch now, download, shop now, a lot of different options. And then you would just click confirm and the approval process again. And then your ad will automatically run. So I hope this was helpful for you all, and I open it up to any questions that you might have.
I had a question about I created a professional Facebook page that's linked to my personal one, and I think that was a mistake because so my professional page is a page on my personal one, but I can't join like groups from my professional page.
Right.
And if I try to share something, it actually goes out to all my personal friends. And I don't know how to delink those things and keep the people that I've managed to get likes on the professional page, or how to separate those two things.
So it's probably done through Business Manager, or you can go to the actual page and then click Edit Settings on there. I'm not sure offhand exactly the steps, but if you want to stick around, I'd be happy to help you out with that and figure that out. Anyone else have any questions?
Awesome, good question. I know
Sure.
there's a lot of Google is making a change on the industry.
Yes.
What is it specifically they're doing to are they weeding out? I mean, what are they doing within the industry?
Unfortunately, no one really knows right now, which is a downside. They're trying to take out all of those shady third-party referral services. My best guess is that there's going to be a stricter approval process for treatment providers and treatment professionals to run ads in this space. So probably you'll have to contact Google in order for them to allow you to create ads. That's theoretical and what I've seen online. No one really knows at this point.
A lot of the treatment, I mean, a lot of the third party, brokerage, they're pretty savvy. They claim themselves as a treatment facility as well too, so it's kind of hard to distinguish what is exactly a treatment facility that will refer directly to your treatment facility. Like, for instance, if I have a treatment facility, I want to advertise directly to people, but then it's going to my facility rather than me referring them to somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because they've been very savvy. I mean, I've seen it. I click on them and it's like, also they own the treatment facilities or what's going on. So I really look at it because I know they're a third party.
I think what's probably going to happen is Google might, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. So I think what's going to happen is Google's probably going to create a specific team to analyze who's an actual treatment facility. I don't know I wish I knew everything that they were going to do. That's my assumption. So if you're an actual treatment center, maybe Google sets you up with an agent or an advertising manager or something like that, and then they approve your center to advertise on specific terms or something like that. Yeah, really, really not sure. I think it's really up in the air right now. Any other questions about this? Pick my brain on anything in particular?
The other thing that might be, I don't know. The other thing that might be good to update people on regarding recent updates is the whole subscriber monetization thing that YouTube's doing now. Oh,
right. Well, yeah, so there's a couple new algorithm changes for both YouTube and Facebook that brings up an interesting point. So as of January 16th on YouTube, you can no longer monetize your videos unless you have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time within 1 month. So they're making it a little stricter for advertisers. What monetization means, if anyone's not sure, basically you can monetize your videos so people can take these advertisements and put them on your videos. And then you get a percentage of the profit. You generate a little profit over time. Yeah, and then so that's on YouTube. On Facebook, there's a recent algorithm change as well. So just about a week and a half ago, Mark Zuckerberg released a statement that actually dropped the stocks of Facebook to lessen the reach of business pages and put more emphasis on in your newsfeed of friends and family. So, did you hear about that?
Yeah. It's just the whole fake news thing that was going on, and I guess they wanted to cut it. Yeah, it's
a response to that. So, my recommendation for that, and what businesses can do, is do more live streaming. Communicate with your audience, ask them questions, ask them to engage so that they leave comments on your videos and then share your videos ultimately. That's the goal. And then it shares, it showcases that to their friends and family, and blows up from there. But sharing regular images and blog articles, website links, uploaded video content, the reach is going to go down significantly on business pages in the upcoming weeks and months. So if you haven't been doing live streaming yet, I highly recommend it.
Ihsan, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Blog versus the YouTube. I love and hate writing. It's like the beginning of a writing is hard for me, but once I get in the middle, I'm good, and the ending sucks. So for me, it's easier for me to just have video record what I'm saying rather than really blogging. I know my brother's been harassing me, blog.
Mm-hmm.
From your experience, blogging versus actually having a video uploaded on YouTube, and so, like you said, 8-second attention span. I have that too. I can, and I'm just such a multitasker. But I think would you think having the YouTube video of whatever you're trying to relay is much effective than if you blog?
It depends on your goal. If you have the time, I would recommend both. So you could write there's actually positive SEO ranking factors to having a video in a specific blog article. So one of the strategies there would be to write a blog. Maybe if you don't have a lot of time, write a shorter blog that's targeting a specific keyword term, and then take that blog and create a video around it. So you're ranking on YouTube for that specific video. That video in the description, you can link to the blog, and then in the blog you can embed that YouTube video as well. So you're reaching more organic people from Google search results, as well as the YouTube audience as well. So YouTube's actually the second most popular search engine. So leveraging that to drive everything to your website ultimately. So I would recommend doing both if you can. Any other questions?
On the YouTube, so you create a video and then you connect it to another video, and you said if they actually watch it, then you get charged?
Through an advertisement, yeah. Mm-hmm.
How much do you get charged? Is it?
So it's a bidding strategy. So Google's always been a bidding strategy. So you can set whatever you want to bid. You can put a quarter in there. It's often pretty low. Google will tell you if they want you to bid more or if your ad's being affected by how much you're currently bidding. But how much you're charged is entirely up to you. The more you want to be charged, the more reach you'll get, though.
So am I going to get a bill for $10,000?
No. So you set a bid cap, so a maximum lifetime or per video, and you can turn it off at any given time. Now, you might get a $10,000 bill if you let it, go free and don't monitor it. But I would definitely monitor any ad campaign that you're doing. And if it charges you a couple $100 and you're not getting any clicks or any calls or whatever your objective is, I'd probably stop the ad and adjust a little bit. Anyone else? Good? Was this useful?
Good information.
It's helpful? Good. Well, thank you so much. We do this bi-weekly, so feel free to come back. I'm changing up the topics every time to whatever's helpful for you. So if there's something you'd like to learn more about, let me know, whether it's after this or via email. And I'd love to create content or help you out with that personally. And if you have any colleagues or friends or family that might be interested in expanding their video marketing knowledge, I encourage you to let them know. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.